Well, good morning, everybody. Happy hump day. Appreciate everybody being here.
Yes.
Joe,
Good
how's it
morning. Good
going?
morning. Good morning. Good morning.
Yeah. Appreciate everybody seeing. I think Piper Academy is kind of starting to drop in right now. Appreciate you guys. Thank you so much, Army Piper, for sending everybody here. We'll go and shout out the chat in a minute. Let everybody kind of pile in here and see how it's going. You know the drill. You know the drill. Smack up that like button. Share this thing out. Trying to grow this thing. So you guys are the best for sharing that out. I'm just gonna steal that from Joe right there. You guys. Oh man, Joe, you must have been busy in this last 24 hours with the way Bitcoin's been moving a little bit.
Oh, yes. Yes. Very busy. Keeping up with Bitcoin, keeping up with the group, keeping up with just the other charts in general, too. So, yeah, it's crazy. And then not only that, but gold, silver,
Oh yeah,
kicking some
gold
butt.
is pumping. So silver, silver approaching, approaching that $50 mark. Man, times, boy, the times we're in. Government shutdowns and prices through the roof, dude. All right, well, we're going to look at a lot of different stuff today. Let's see. We're going to talk a little bit of Bitcoin news, obviously, before Joe looks at the chart. We're going to talk about some stablecoin pilots with Visa. We're going to talk some Chainlink news, a little bit of Stripe news, of course, SEC stuff. I mean, we got a bunch of stuff coming at you today. So sit tight. Appreciate everybody being here. We'll give a quick shout out to the chat and then we'll start off. How's that sound, Joe? Sounds good?
That sounds great. But before that,
yeah.
I'm not sure if you have your cup ready.
Well, I've been up for so long. I'm coffeeed out, but I got my swag.
Well, there you go.
Yeah.
One thing I did realize that coffee always tastes better in my CCM cup. So shout out to you. There we go. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right,
appreciate that. Shout out to Shuby. If you're a channel member, Shuby Buckets in the chat, baby. He's good guy taking care of the proverbial business, as they say. All right, let's start shouting everybody out. Sonny in the chat, appreciate you being here, Sonny. He's got a launch coming tomorrow on his project. Go ahead and check that out. I'm kind of excited about that. Steve Hickey in the house, appreciate you. A West is here. Welcome. Appreciate that. Let's see. All set. Jumping on in here. And here comes Piper Academy. All the graduation caps coming in with JR. Yes. Appreciate the raid. Army Piper, thank you again for sending everybody here. We were ready for that 10 minutes early, but it's good. Go to the top of the hour, brother. Go. It's all good. Automatic Beats. Here he is. Automatic Beats in the house. And Dave Digital. There you go. Like number 6. Come on, guys, smash that up. To quote one of Army Piper's things, those are rookie numbers in this rocket. There we go. All right. I said it. The Dusty Hunt in the house. Appreciate you. Thank you very much. And zip through. Oh, Alexandra G, of course, the mod queen. Appreciate you being here. Always. All right. So let's get this thing going here, and let's take a look at some of the Bitcoin news. Now, this one, I put it in the headline because, I'm sorry, you guys know how much I love Massachusetts, and, Elizabeth Warren and all the, crazy people over in Massachusetts. But here we go. Massachusetts, of all places, holding a committee meeting to try and decide if they're going to do a Bitcoin strategic reserve bill. I don't know. If I was to guess, now this is just me, I don't know, but I'm thinking, yeah, not so much. Now notice it says right here, it was put forward by Republican Senator Pete Durant. And for those who aren't familiar with Massachusetts, talk Democrat stronghold. Oh, yeah. And yeah, see, K Diggity in the house. And yeah, loving Pocahontas. Yeah. Elizabeth Warren, man, I wish John Deaton would have beat her in this last election, but woulda, coulda, shoulda, as Joe likes to say. But there it is. Joe, again, I know you're not necessarily overly familiar with Massachusetts, but believe me when I tell you, Democrat stronghold, what do you think? Does this bill even have a chance or what?
I don't know. For me, anything crypto related is good, but
Yeah,
I don't know. Yeah, and
yeah.
what's that guy's name again? Who went up against her?
John Deaton.
John. Yeah, man, that dude. He was on it. I
Yep.
saw, the clips prior to that show, and well, no, actually, I saw it on Twitter or X, and dude was just, on fire, and
Yep.
and with her, she was just like really just like, well, what do you mean? And what do you like, really?
Oh yeah, he
So John
destroyed
went
her
hard.
in those debates.
I'm surprised he
Destroyed
did
her.
not win. I
Yeah,
really am.
and he ran a real he, don't get me wrong, he got a lot more support than I would have anticipated. I think he got like and again, feel free to fact check me in the chat here or whatever, but I'm pretty sure he got damn near 40% of the vote, which in Massachusetts, a Republican, are you kidding me? Forget
Right.
about it. That's just yeah. The Dusty Hunt. Yes, only trading those wooden nickels. Damn straight. Damn straight. And hey, Tech Man in the house. Appreciate you being here, brother. Appreciate that. Oh, I'll tell you, yeah. I wish it would have been better for Massachusetts as a whole, and quite
Heck yeah.
frankly, the government having him in there than her in the Senate at this point. But it is what it is. We got to suffer with her for another cycle because Lord knows she ain't retiring. All right, let's keep this news going. Oops, hit the wrong button. Sorry about that, guys. Let's keep this going here with the Bitcoin news, and then Joe will take a look at the charts real quick. Joe, do you have 100 mil you can just like drop on Bitcoin? Because if you do, you got to get like I'm gonna go move near you. I got $14.
That's all I got. $14. And I'm keeping it close to my heart. That's all I got.
Oh crap. There it is. Yeah, well, guess what? Ark Invest, they have it, and they dropped it on some Bitcoin. So boom,
Wow.
there it is. Boom, there it is. Prakash is in the house. Appreciate you being here. Man, it's funny. I know a lot of you are coming over from Piper Academy, and on just about every day he talks about the liquidations that happen overnight and that kind of thing, and it's always millions on millions on millions of dollars worth of liquidations. And man, I just don't know how people have that kind of money. I just don't. Obviously, we don't have that kind of holy crap, man. Holy crap. Anyway, that's what I have for the Bitcoin specific news today. I think, Joe, we're going to let you take a look at the chart, and because there's some action going on with Bitcoin.
Oh, heck yeah.
Get these people up to date. Here we go.
All right. So for Bitcoin yesterday, we were here, and I'm thinking we're going to come down, and this is my 382 level, or this is a zone, really. And the reason I got a zone instead of just a one level was because I did it from here to the high. And then since this is technically, the start of it, because it didn't go up, down, then up. It came down and just went sideways and then went up. So I drew it from here, the bottom, to the pivot or potential, the top, then also from here. So that's why I have these zones. And in this zone, we do have our daily level that we have as well. Price did come down, which that's what we're thinking. We actually entered a short, and we took our first profit, got stopped out in slight profit just to cover the fees, really. And then it started coming up. So this was a nice, healthy retracement into the 382 zone. So it retraced 38%. So these numbers, they're not just numbers. They're very important. They're percentages. So it pulled back to about 38%. Then it started coming up, and now it is just mooning. It is taking off. I did not think, first I thought potentially get rejected off of this trend line that we have here. And you can see the trend line from this wick to this wick. And what I like to use is the rate tool, because it has two anchor points, and the magnet tool. That way there's no bias that I can make. It's like, oh, let me move it a little bit more so I can get more touches. No, this is where it is, and where it lands. So that's why I like using the rate tool. Once we got rejected here, 4-hour resistance level, we got rejected once again. And then as it's coming down, this is where a lot of people took shorts. And personally, I would have too. However, I didn't, just because I want to see what's going to happen. And the reason for shorts: 1, we're at resistance; 2, we got rejected twice; 3, potential double top. And so again, for this is very high risk versus waiting for it to break this level. This is how I like to trade. Once it breaks this level, then we can do the short. But sure enough, it just annihilated all those shorts, and that's where like a lot of the liquidations happened, was, in my opinion, right here, because this looks so juicy to come down. And of course, we came up. Right now, we did re-enter our zone, and this is our tipple. I'm still trying to think of something to sell y'all. I'm trying to make up new stuff, just like everybody else where they rebrand stuff. But this is the tipple. This is our trade intuition power lines. That's right, I said power lines. These are trade intuition power lines. This is from the first cycle, the wick to the second cycle, and also the candle bodies from the first cycle to the second cycle. It gave us this really nice zone. This is our bullish zone. Am I bullish right now because we re-entered? Nope. Why? Well, because we have a pivot right here, and this is more so market structure. And of course, I go over this on my streams every single day, Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday and Sunday at 4. None of this is financial advice. This is all for entertainment purposes. If you're entertained, let me know. Put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat.
Yes.
So right here, this is my zone. And I have this zone right in this area right here. And we are coming up to it. What we need to do, in my opinion, to be bullish, because right now I'm still bearish. Can we make money going up? Sure, definitely. But until we do something like this, and I'll go just draw it out. Here would be a really nice area for us to retrace about 50% of this extension leg, which would be about right here, somewhere in this zone, to come up, do a lower high, which is fine. Everybody freaks out on that. Find support on this tipple, and then this is our decision point. Now to come up, break above this resistance, come down, and then now break above this. Now I'm bullish. Here, I'm bullish. Anything underneath this, I'm still bearish, because at any moment it could reverse on us. And then now, of course, what I'm looking for is the break of the lows here, potentially, that one, this one, and then of course this one. So that's what I'm looking at right now. Right now, I do think that it would be healthy if we do pull back. Can it continue going up? Sure, it can do whatever it wants. But for me personally, I would be looking for, if I'm in a short, I'd be looking for, and this is why it's really difficult too, because right now there's a lot of FOMO. But if I wanted to play it risky, what I could do is look for a short once it breaks this level right here. And we'll change the color, 117109. And it would be like a 3-minute candle close. Well, I'll tell you what, let's just go and do it under all these wicks. So 117031. I'd wait for the 3-minute candle to close underneath this. This is an area of a potential bounce. So again, this is why it's kind of risky. So this might be a little bounce area where we may come down, which would be nice too, because it's a nice retracement, come down to continue going up. So just to be on the safe side, I'm going to set an alert right here. And this is going to be more so for me. So set an alert and I need to change this color. But that's pretty much what I have on Bitcoin. My alert set at 116.865 for potential short. But again, it's really risky when there's a lot of FOMO. And right now there is FOMO.
Yeah.
So just be careful.
Yeah, and everything going on right now with the government, et cetera, it's only going to increase that FOMO, I think. And
right.
Yeah.
And then
you're right.
If we do come down, I mean, there's so many areas where we could bounce from, and we have this zone right here. Then we have this little zone right here. But once we break this area, 116.2, all this right here, this is what's known as a low volume node, which sounds really, really sexy. But all it is there's not a lot of ups and downs. And ups and downs, what do? They create levels of support resistance. So because there's not a lot of ups and downs, well, then there's not a lot of support resistance here. could the price action, I hear a lot of people say this, and the words we use are very important, but a lot of people say because this is a low volume node, if price breaks this, it's gonna move through this area very fast and then go here. Price, it's not gonna do anything. Doesn't have to do anything. It's not definite. Price can find support resistance anywhere. Even though if there's no support resistance, it can still find support resistance. So be very careful. The words that I use is because this is a low volume node, there's not a lot of ups and downs. It's much easier for price to come down here. However, it can find support anywhere. So again, the words that we use are very important because consciously and subconsciously, we create a bias. Oh, it broke this level. It's going here. That's very dangerous because that's how you get liquidated. That's how you lose a lot of trades, because once it starts coming up, you're thinking, oh, it's going to come back down. But then it starts doing this. And again, your thought process, oh, it has to come down because my mentor said that if it breaks this level, it's going, because there's nothing here. But what it's doing, it's actually creating support, but you're so blinded by the bias that you're like, no, and it goes, and well, you get stopped out. So again, tune into my channel, guys. Like, my goal is to give you the explanations of why stuff happens, and not only that, but show you in the moment versus what a lot of other traders do. They show you all the after the facts. I call them replay millionaires, hindsight hustlers. So just be careful.
Yep. And we're again, as always, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream right after we're done here. So make sure you hang tight. If you're on YouTube, you're going to get forwarded right over there automatically. I can see we got a few people over on X. Appreciate you. X has been great lately, and I really appreciate that. And but Joe does also stream on X, but you're gonna have to go over to his channel and get that because I can't forward you from X. But all right, we got a bunch of other stuff we're going to talk about, a couple of quick hits, and then I'm going to read through a few articles. We're going to be talking again about Visa piloting some stablecoin payments. We're going to talk about Chainlink and their integration with Swift. A little bit of news from Senator Lummis. It's a bunch of stuff. Crypto.com, don't want to forget them. So let's just sit tight, relax. Here we go. Hopefully I don't lose my voice in the process, and we'll keep going. Honestly, though, lately, man, it's tough. All right, let's jump with this. We talk a lot about people doing the whole Bitcoin treasuries and accepting Bitcoin payments and that kind of thing. And here you go. Ferrari, who we talked about a couple of weeks ago, actually accepting Bitcoin payments, that kind of thing. Now talking about accepting Ethereum payments. Hey, why not, right? I mean, number two, Ethereum's not going anywhere, or at least not anytime soon. So makes a lot of sense to me. But not to be outdone, you've got Tesla saying that they're going to accept XRP at their charging stations. There you go. As if, the XRP army doesn't have enough about it. You know what I'm saying?
$500.
Yeah, exactly. I'll tell you what, I listen, when Joe says that, he says it with all sincerity, because I love it. Loves XRP.
All I know is that when XRP does go, and it will, when XRP does go to $500, bacon's going to be very, very expensive, because that's what people buy.
Oh my God!
Slot, I'm telling you.
Oh man, I love it. I love it. I love it. You got Joe. I love Joe, man. Yeah. What did I just say? Oh, did I see Jesse? Jesse's in the house. Appreciate Jesse being here. Wrong button. There we go. Thank you, man. Appreciate you. Let's see. All right, let's get to this. I've been teasing that Visa piloting a stablecoin payment for businesses, basically sending money across borders. Because listen, with the Swift system, exactly how it is right now, if you own a business, that it's very difficult sometimes to be sending cross-border payments. First off, if you can send them, it is like, oh wait, what's going on there? There we go. If you can send them, it's like expensive. It takes a long time. It's just like insane that in 2025 this is still an issue. So right here, the quick take on this is Visa's testing a new option that lets businesses use stablecoins to fund cross-border payments through Visa Direct. This pilot aims to cut costs, lock liquidity, and speed up the payment that currently takes days. And that's true. I mean, it could take up to a couple of weeks sometimes with the Swift system, depending on where you're actually sending that money. Just to go into this a little bit right here. And then again, links to everything that we're talking about today in the description. You can go ahead and do a little bit of research after we're done here. But global payments giant Visa has launched a pilot to test stablecoins for cross-border payments, providing businesses, because it's Visa Direct, with a new way to transfer money abroad more quickly. The pilot will allow businesses, including banks and remittance providers, to pre-fund Visa Direct with stablecoins instead of fiat. Visa treats these stablecoins as money in the bank. I like that quote right there, or available balances for payouts, enabling businesses to basically send money abroad, without locking up large sums of cash for days. So I think this is going to be, if it works out well as this test and pilot program continues, I think that's going to be a huge deal. I mean, you got the Visa's, payment giant, and now giving businesses the option, or not option, the ability potentially to send money cross-border quickly and securely, and still using because this is tying them in to that system. So but speaking of tying into the Swift system, did I just hit the wrong button again? Man, I don't know. I didn't get much sleep last night. I think it shows. I think it's showing. Anyway, let's see. Chainlink integrates with Swift, and this has been out for a few days now, I believe, to do on-chain transactions. Blockchain Oracle provider Chainlink announces one of the first products from a pilot with UBS Asset Management and Swift, designed to let banks trigger on-chain transactions using their existing infrastructure. That is huge. I mean, as far as upgrades are concerned, it's not really any upgrades for them. It's more plug and play. According to a Tuesday announcement, Chainlink this last Tuesday integrated its execution layer, the Chainlink Runtime Environment, CRE, with Swift messaging. The move enables banks worldwide to use the existing Swift rails to connect to blockchains. The integration builds on Project Guardian. For those who are in the Link community, this is something that's been talked about now for about a year or so. The Monetary Authority of Singapore and UBS tokenized some in-house UBS management assets. And the pilot showed that the tokenized funds workflow could integrate with existing fiat systems. Under this pilot, companies using Swift's ISO 20022 sound familiar for those in the crypto space? To carry out fund subscriptions and redemptions on chain. So bottom line is, this is huge for banks. I think it's huge news for Chainlink, and Link has always been a strong project to me, and I think has great long-term potential. They've definitely got first mover advantage in the Oracle space, but they're so far beyond that. Joe, anything you want to throw in about Chainlink? I know you look at it all the time.
Yeah, for me, I used to love Chainlink when I only knew, and this is like a long time ago, when they were, the king of oracles, really. I consider them the Bitcoin of oracles. Then they started doing security stuff a few years ago. Then they started doing a whole bunch of other things to, like, they are literally putting out their tentacles, if you will, into a lot of different things. So that's making them stronger. Now, most most projects, when they do that, it makes them weaker because they need to focus and get strong on one particular sector. But in my opinion, Chainlink is so strong and just brilliant that they're doing really great things in each of those sectors.
Yep.
I love Chainlink. The only thing I wish it would show in the price, because the price is still like you have these meme coins that are just going way beyond Chainlink as far as percentage goes, and they don't do anything. They don't have any utility. So
yep. I know it is kind of it does seem weird. You're hearing about Chainlink partnerships all the time. Again, this pilot program right here. It's just, you're right. It is crazy that it is, the price is kind of where it is. I mean, I don't know. I think, we talk about this alt season. If we have it, it might be different. And it will be like some of the Dino coins and that kind of thing. But to me, I'm sorry, I see Chainlink as potentially being part of that alt cycle. I don't know. Tell me I'm off base, Joe.
Chainlink, Solana.
Yep.
Ethereum, of course.
Yep.
I mean, there's even Litecoin. Now, especially because the ETFs. Hopefully there's going to be Litecoin, Doge, Solana. There's a few others that may get approved this month, October.
Yep.
So if you haven't been accumulating, not financial advice.
Yep. Right. Not financial advice.
Yeah. Not financial advice.
Oh man. Wick's wife in the house. I see you out there. Appreciate you being here. Thank you so much. And everybody with the Shuby buckets. I love it. And yeah, LTC. I knew I liked you for a reason. I love LTC. I still use it. I still use it to pay for things. I do. It's good. It's solid. It's consistent. You know what I mean? I'm all about Litecoin. I love Litecoin. That's why if you've noticed, a lot of the giveaways I've done recently with regard to on Crypto on the Rocks, I've given away Litecoin. I can do it on the stream. They've got it. It's quick. It's easy. And hey, I think it's going to hold value. My opinion, again, old guy. What the hell do I know? All right, we're going to keep going here, though. And again, we're going to be heading over to Joe's stream in about a half an hour, so make sure you sit tight for that. But yeah, there you go. There it is. See?
Yeah.
There you go. All right, let's keep moving on. So Stripe, I was mentioning Stripe doing this open issuance for custom stable coins. Basically, the key takeaways here: Stripe launches an open issuance for custom stablecoin creation. Asset management involves BlackRock and Fidelity. So, and it's funny, when I was at that blockchain Boston a couple of weeks ago, Fidelity was one of the speakers on one of the fireside chats, and it's amazing that the amount of work that Fidelity is doing in the background when it comes to blockchain and how they're trying to integrate into the cryptocurrency space. I don't know. Crazy. Absolutely crazy. But anyway, I guess my point is, it doesn't surprise me that they are involved here. And here we go. You're talking potential market impact on Phantom, MetaMask, and ETH. Stripe has launched an open issuance platform for custom stablecoin creation, leveraging infrastructure from its 1.1 billion bridge acquisitions. The development could enhance stablecoin adoption, offering businesses, again, this is a business solution, customized solutions to expand merchant transactions that integrate with AI huge. And shout out to Dave Digital, who is sitting in the chat here Saturday mornings, 9 a.m. Eastern time, Simple Terms podcast. Be there. That's all I can say. Be there. And other impacting things like Ethereum-based ecosystems. And I'm not going to go through this whole thing, but it is worth, especially if you're looking to be ahead of some of these things that are going on. You're bullish on Stripe, maybe, or even just the EVM compatibility in these ecosystems. You should go and check out the rest of this. I think this is going to be a huge move as we go forward. And I'm not necessarily the biggest fan of Stripe, but you know, they want their piece of the pie. Let's just put it that way, okay? But we're going to be talking about some legislation. We're going to talk a little bit about the Trump's WLFI, and the last thing I have has absolutely nothing to do with crypto, but I saw it this morning. I was just like, WTF. Okay, because again, this isn't crypto on the rocks, so you know, I'm being nice here. There we go. But Litecoin is the right coin. I like that, Jesse. Very good. Excellent. All right, let's keep going here. So Senator Lummis, we love Senator Lummis, always a big advocate, especially for Bitcoin. Good person to have advocating on behalf of cryptocurrency inside of the Senate. Basically, she was saying that the committee that was looking over a lot of this stuff, which focuses on taxes in particular, is working to incorporate the ideas that she had previously proposed. And those were surrounding basically the de minimis exemption. So basically having, you know how you hear Bitcoin people saying all the time, use your Bitcoin, buy a cup of coffee, you know, and then get whacked with, you know, capital gains taxes. So basically she's trying to eliminate that. And as you can see in the second point here, she's trying to right here, the de minimis exemption, to provide an exclusion from gains or losses, quite frankly, for crypto transactions that are under $300. And I mean, honestly, I personally would like to see that exemption level be higher, but especially with the way the economy is these days, inflation is these days. I mean, I get it. If you're talking a cup of coffee, if you're spending $300 on a cup of coffee, you got a bigger problem. But let's be honest. Joe and I were talking about it before we even came live. You know how the prices when you're going shopping lately are just insane. They're absolutely insane. And part of what kind of pisses me off, as we're going to get into a couple of these other pieces toward the end of the stream, but man, I don't know, Joe, do you think I'm off base? Should that de minimis exemption be higher, or do you think $300 kind of puts it in the sweet spot?
No, I don't know. I don't like any of it.
Well, okay, fair enough. But unfortunately, I think this is going to be step number one in the movement, or well, let's hope it's going to be step number one. Yeah. Anyway, as we move through this, you know, if you really want to increase crypto adoption, especially here in the United States, I know we got people from outside the United States sitting in the chat, and welcome, by the way. We'll appreciate you being here. But for those of us here in the United States, you're not going to get that level of adoption if you've not only got to pay for whatever the item is and then get whacked with a capital gains transaction on your taxes when you're filing. That's just like, it's like, what's the point? I mean, don't get me wrong, I do it sometimes.
The part that I don't like is like we're actually like a small business, and we're trying to make money. Like we're being like an entrepreneur. We're trying to make it. And then we keep on getting hindered, like with the government's thumb just pushing down on us. Oh, well, here's all the requirements you need. You know, oh, you're making money? Well, you got to pay us more money. Even though we can print it, you know, we want to suppress, you know, I don't know. I feel my blood pressure going up, so I'm going to stop.
That's probably a good idea. That's so funny though. Joe was saying, I was saying the same thing to Joe when we were talking about this before we even got live. So, man, I'll tell you, it can make your blood pressure go crazy. It really can. Yeah, right there. All set. Boom. Exit liquidity. Facts, man. Facts. Okay, let's keep going here. And SEC issuing another positive decision for cryptocurrency that I don't get it. Also affects XRP. I'm going to read through this because it's not that long. An important step has been taken by the SEC regarding crypto storage. The SEC has issued a no action letter stating that investment advisors can use state chartered trust companies as qualified custodians for crypto assets. That was not the case. And well, they talk about it right here. Under the Investment Act of 1940, investor assets must be held by qualified custodians such as banks or nationally chartered trust companies. This new guidance clarifies that state licensed trust companies are also covered, giving investment advisors and registered fund managers a wider range of options for crypto assets. I think that's huge news, especially when we've got a lot of this crypto legislation moving through states. We talk about it all the time here, and shout out to Daniel Diaz. He's working with a bunch of sound money legislation right now, and I was trying to get him to come back on, and boy, he is just. He's like, I want to say jet setting, from one end of the country to the other end of the country. But yeah, he's one busy man, I'll just say. But yeah, with all this legislation that's going on right now across the country and a lot of the different state legislatures with regard to whether it's Bitcoin strategic reserves or just some kind of crypto strategic reserve, it makes complete sense, and this is a move, in my opinion, in the right direction with regard to that. Okay, let's move on with this. And this is again from I know on Monday I read through some stuff from Crypto in America, Eleanor Tourette's thing here, and you want to know what? If you're not subscribed to the newsletter from them, you really should. Links in the description. This is from their newsletter, and it's just so concise. I just wanted to read it here right out of my email. The Treasury Department is preparing to formally relax a proposed rule that would have forced companies, and she highlights strategy here, to pay billions in, whoops, damn it. My mouse is got a mind of its own here. To pay billions on unrealized Bitcoin gains. This was from a Biden era tax law called the Corporate Alternative Minimum Tax. Now, if you remember, we talked about it here on the show where, the Biden administration was wanting to go and tax unrealized capital gains. Well, here you go. Talk about crush the business, right? Whether you agree with the strategy or not, it is what it is. And of course, here they come to mow my lawn. If you can hear that, I apologize. Hopefully, they won't be here.
I don't hear anything.
Oh man. Anyway, this tax was a 15% minimum tax on large corporations' financial statements of income. Because the Financial Accounting Standards Board, FASB, we talked about that as part of this whole getting paid for unrealized gains. Rules recently required companies to market crypto on their books, meaning that the gains or losses are recorded at current market prices, even if nothing is sold, which again, that's just insane to me. Just insane. How can you claim gains or losses if you haven't done anything with it, if you're still holding it?
All I gotta say is beep, 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 beep. Blood pressure, man. Beep, beep, beep,
yeah, I know.
oh
I know.
God,
Where's that
man.
blood pressure meter on the thing? Oh my God. It's just, come on. Talk about like ultimate stupidity. I'm just saying, ultimate stupidity. I don't care who proposed it. This just happened to be Biden or the Biden administration. But I mean, sorry.
Anyway, they're just getting more and more money out of us. That's it.
Well,
that's it. Like, how can we find ways? Well, they haven't sold anything yet. Well, we can still tax them on it.
Exactly. Exactly. Think about how much of a nightmare it is right now, your crypto taxes. Okay. Think about that. Imagine what that would do. And I love it. Yeah, exactly. Joe. Yeah, Joe's right though, man. If we have one of those meters here, baby, whoo, forget about it. Forget about it. Anyway, just to kind of wrap it up here a little bit. The proposal drew pushback originally, obviously, with a joint letter to the Treasury with regard to making an exclusion for unrealized capital gains. And it looks like that's going to happen. Thank God Almighty, because again, the stupidest thing ever to try and tax people on money you ain't even made. You know, your house goes up in value because they're inflating the price away. And guess what? You got to get taxed on that, even though you ain't selling your house. Well, you know, unless, of course, you don't pay taxes and they come and take it anyway. Oh, okay. Here we go. I'm getting myself down a rabbit hole. Don't do it.
I can see it. I can see it.
Don't do it. Don't do it. But man, it's just like, and again, as I get to these last few things, man, it's going to get me going. It's going to get me going. I'm sorry. I'm going to apologize in advance. Yeah. See, here we go. Get me going. Yeah. Yep. Cheers. Yeah. I need a drink by the time this is over. Oh, shit. All right. Here's this next one. Now, I think this is great for crypto.com. For the most part, a lot of good things coming lately. We've reported on out of crypto.com. Yes, CCM rant. Yeah, I know. Where's the BC when I need them, right? Yeah. Anyway, right now, the only major exchange, actually the only exchange, I believe, to have secured licenses from the CFTC for derivatives trading. So huge shout out to them. I think that's an awesome thing. Joe, anything you want to add with regard to that? I don't know. I think that crypto.com is like moving the right direction all the way around. What do you think?
Yeah, I agree completely. They're doing all the right things. They're, crossing their T's, dotting their I's.
Yep.
They are aware of the government, and they're trying to do everything in their means to abide by them and going above and beyond. So I think they're a great thing for the space.
Yes. And you know what? That is the right tact to take, in my opinion. Try and meet the government wherever you're at that point.
Right.
I mean, and we've watched, again, previous administration, Coinbase try to do that. And to the point of having to sue the SEC in order to get some kind of clarity, right? Yes. I mean, you shouldn't have to do that, man. But luckily, and again, I say that even with what's coming in the next two things I'm going to talk about. But this positive pro crypto administration and the loosening of the stranglehold to some degree that they were trying to have on the industry. So
and that's one thing too, like with Coinbase, granted, their fees are horrible, et cetera, et cetera. I mean, the fees are bad everywhere.
Facts.
But especially the easier accessible exchanges for new people, they don't know, so they just pay it until they learn. Well, then they go somewhere else. But I'm very happy that Coinbase, in my opinion, kind of led the way of being proactive as opposed to reactive. And now, like, these other exchanges are following that lead. Like, no, like, we don't want to get shut down. Like, here, you want this? Here. So.
Yeah. Oh. And we reported on this too. Yeah. Or with the leak from Coinbase. That was just a whole nother nightmare right there, man. Whew. Yeah. Rants, and more rants. That's all I can say, man. All right, here we go. I'll try not to get into another rant with this next set of news. Now, we've talked WLFI, Trump's, the Trump family DeFi exchange. This is their announcement right here about Chinese Next Technology announcing their plans to basically sell 100 mil in their stock to accumulate WLFI. Oh, I'm sorry. Again, not trying to revisit the 2024 election. Just not trying to do that. We of the evils we had, we got the lesser of the two. But man, you got to call the corruption out where you see it. And I'm sorry, this family is padding the pockets. It aggravates me. It pisses me off. And that's why I said, you know, Joe and I were talking about this before the stream. We're sitting here struggling going at the store, and these people are literally, the money's falling out of their pockets because it's just pouring in there so quickly at this point. Feel free, Joe, save me from myself. But wait, you know what, Joe? Hold on. Before you try and save me from myself, let's just do this. If you haven't already seen this, according to Forbes, Barron Trump has reportedly made 80 mil from Bitcoin and crypto investments. He knows something we don't. And the reason I put my own post here was because I'm like, the WTF, again, this isn't crypto on the rocks. Of course he knows something. Of course he does. He's in the flipping rooms when these things are happening. He is part of the inner circle. He is, again, can't stand that level of corruption. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not so naive to believe that doesn't happen all the time. I'm not that naive. But at this point, to me, it's getting freaking blatant. Now you can save me from myself, Joe.
Yeah. First, you know, hearing, you know, who the new president was, I was like, man, it's great. You know, he's pro crypto. The cabinet is getting more pro crypto.
Yep.
This is amazing for the space. Then his meme coin came out, and it pretty much, you know, people made money. And then after that, you know, people are doing more digging and everything else. Then they're seeing, oh, the token unlocks and the angel investors and everything else. And then they just started dumping. Then his wife, then his son, as far as the meme coins go. And then the World Liberty Financial came out. And then same thing with that. So everything that he's touching in the crypto space is they're making money. The insiders are making money.
Yeah.
But everybody else who's trying to get to that next level, well, they're not. You know, some are if they're getting in and out, but others are like, oh, if I just hold this coin, it's going to go. And no, like for me personally, anything that he touches crypto wise, I stay away from it. Can you make money? Sure, of course, but I don't like it. It's very manipulated. Very manipulated.
Listen, I'll tell you what, we sit here how many times, again, I know for people that are from outside the US, this may be like, why are they going off on this here? But you know what I mean? But I've talked about it so many times before even starting these streams with Joe. And then I've continued in with these streams with Joe here and talked and called out Congress for like doing insider trading, because they're sitting on these committees. They know what's coming up. They know what laws are being proposed. They know what companies are going to get contracts. They know all this stuff. And what are they doing? They're buying stock and they're trading and making millions on this insider information. This right here with the Trump administration, in my opinion, is no different. Oh, sorry. Again. We got to just breathe,
man.
Let's. I'm just seeing. Sonny's project right here. He's saying that the first person that puts their ETH address into the chat here, he's going to give away 2 SWJ tokens. And again, he's talking like a MetaMask, Exodus. It's got to be a Web3 enabled wallet, and it's worthy to check out his project. We actually had Sonny on hot on the line. Oh my goodness, probably right before the whole relaunch of everything. So I think middle of August, so a couple of months ago now. Go ahead and check out that that interview we did, and or go ahead and check out the website, get more information. But yeah, he will definitely send it to you by all means. If you're interested, put your ETH address. Again, has to be Web3 enabled, so like MetaMask, like I said, Exodus, that kind of thing. Okay, about 10 minutes, we're heading over to Joe's stream. Actually, Joe, I've literally got one more thing, and then that's pretty much the wrap. But and this, ironically, has absolutely nothing to do with crypto, but it does with the UK. So I'll be interested to see. Maybe Sonny will throw in some information about this. I don't know. Here we go. The EU. Oh, let me open this up all the way. And I put what the F is going on with the EU. But anyway, the EU announced that U.S. citizens who refuse biometric digital ID will be denied entry to Europe on October 12th. So this is next, 10 days from now, whatever, 11 days from now. A new era of digital control will begin for Americans traveling to Europe. Nearly 30 countries, including most EU countries, will require U.S. travelers to provide fingerprints, facial scans, and other biometric data before crossing the border. What is going on in the EU? I mean, I've seen a lot of things in my feed, and honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I briefly scanned through it. I mean, people in the EU complaining, protesting against this whole digital ID thing. And but I don't and haven't gone down the rabbit hole with regard to that. But now, if you are, because again, I'm looking at it from the US perspective, okay? A U.S. citizen potentially wanting to go visit Sonny. I now have to give them all my biometric data in order to even get in the country. What? I don't know, Joe. You want to shake your head with me on that?
Yeah. To me, that's really, really scary. It's one. I mean, so the plus side is that they can make sure that people who aren't going into that country don't go in. That's the plus side. The negative side, there's so many. One, it's more, keeping track on us, who's where. Then, of course, now they have all your fingerprints, your eyeball scan, your blood, whatever it is.
Yeah.
So now, I mean, just think of it this way. Like, let's say they wanted to do something bad and, frame you for unaliving. They can, duplicate that data, fingerprint or whatever, and say you were there and frame you. So, I mean, there's so many bad things that can happen with all that data. I don't know.
I don't know. Well, let me ask you this, and anybody in the chat, please feel free to answer this question as well. Do you believe, Joe, that ultimately, now I'm not going to even put a time frame on it. Well, you know what? How about this? Within the next couple of decades, that there will be digital ID?
Oh yeah, 100%.
Okay, guys.
I'd say within 2 decades. So within 20 years, maybe 10, 12 years from now, we'll have it. And then wasn't there somewhere, UK or somewhere, where they have like something on their wrist to where that's how they like buy their groceries or something?
I don't think that was like a complete rollout, but yes, I did see. I know exactly what you're talking about. I did see that. I don't know if it was the UK or not. And I love what Sonny says here. Yeah, it's 1984, man. Pretty bad over here. And right here, yeah. Listen, if we got Star Trek fans out there, he's 100% right. R.S. Miller, welcome, by the way. I don't think I gave you a shout out earlier. But man, it's just like, I mean, I have mixed reviews. I get it. We're moving into a digital society. I understand that. But I would rather have, if we're going to have some kind of digital ID, I want to control it. I don't want the government to control it. I want it to be decentralized, because screw you, for the reasons you just said, Joe.
100%.
Next thing you know, you're at some protest. You weren't even out of bed. You know what I'm saying? No.
Yeah.
None of that bullshit.
So for me personally, since I'm in the medical field, I absolutely love cryptos that are for the medical industry.
Yes.
For example,
yes.
let's say, I had a triple bypass and a amputee and, all medical history, and my mom's medical history, my dad, and everything. So like they have all that information, because there's a lot of times where you go to the hospital, whether you're conscious or unconscious, sometimes you don't know the information. You're like, well, I think I was in this year, but I don't remember what year it was. But if they have that digital ID, and it can be transferred from hospital to hospitals, you would be surprised at how the medical industry does not communicate with each other. Well, for us, we know it's like, don't you like it's in the records. Well, we don't. We use different software.
That silo don't talk to this silo. Yeah,
right.
Yeah, exactly.
So as far as that goes, I'm 100% for it. But it needs to be secure. It needs to be, decentralized and everything else. When it comes to the government, though, having control over that makes it so scary. Because let's just say everything does become digital. And now if the government doesn't like what you say, you know what? You don't have access to your money. You don't have access to, you can't go into this shopping center. You can't, they're going to be scanning your eyeballs and everything else. You're not allowed in here.
Yeah, talk to Minority Report. Remember that movie? Yeah, exactly. And there you go. He's saying the UK is trying to make it mandatory. Yeah, that's just insanity to me. Insanity. Thank you for helping me keep my calm, Joe. I appreciate you, brother. I appreciate you being here every Monday and Wednesday. But do you want to bail real quick so you can get that set up for your stream before we head over there?
Coffee and get everything set up. I do thank you guys for being here. And just remember, every single day, I go live Monday through Friday, 12 p.m. Eastern Standard, Saturday and Sunday at 4. My goal is to help reduce the stress of trading. Trading's not easy, but I'm trying to make it less difficult, less complicated by just giving you simple terms, some terms that everybody understands. And of course, I'll show you the wins, the losses, all that good stuff. So definitely check me out. I do thank you, everybody, for being here. If you're on X, come on over. Make sure to smash the like. And thank you for everybody smashing the like. You guys are the absolute best. The likes are just out of, they're just crazy. So thank you so much, guys. And we will see you on my channel in just a few minutes.
Yeah, we'll see you in a few minutes, Joe. Thanks again, man. Appreciate you. Yeah, again, Joe and I live every Monday, Wednesday, 11 a.m. Eastern time. And appreciate him. He has to go and reset that computer every time he comes over here and visits. I really do appreciate it. And just for those who are not necessarily monitoring the chat, Sonny said he was going to send a couple of SWJ tokens over to the first person who put the their ETH address in the chat. And I'm trying to find it. He did do that, and I don't know, of course, because I'm looking for it, I can't find it right now, but anyway, he did do that. You have to go back through the chat on your own. I can't find it. And he sent those over, so there you go. Congratulations to Techman was the first one who got that info into the chat, so there it is. And I appreciate everybody on here it is. See, when you're not looking for it, it pops up. There it is. Anyway, for indulging me in my rants today. I know, generally speaking, it is, BC doing the rants, but no BC this morning. So you got the CCM rant today. Much appreciated for you, again, being patient with my rants. Okay, let's give you what's going on the rest of the week here for me. And then we're going to go raid Joe's stream. Don't forget, if you're on YouTube, you're going to get forwarded directly over there. So just sit tight. If you're on X, you're going to have to go find him on X. He does stream there. So appreciate everybody and their support on X. So yes, hashtag CCM rant. Yeah, exactly. That was the day today. That was definitely the day today. Anyway, so Friday, as always, 7 p.m. Eastern time, crypto on the rocks. This week, I'm still tossing around the themes. I'll have made my mind up probably within the couple hours, and I'm going to get that out there. So make sure you're here Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern time, Crypto on the Rocks. And Sunday, knee deep in the editing. Hopefully I'm going to get it all done in time. It's going to be myself and Jimmy Jim from Billy Goat Tales talking about online and crypto security as part of my Unlocking Your Crypto Journey educational series for those new coming into cryptocurrency. That's scheduled 7 p.m. Eastern time, right after Billy Goat Tales. All right. That's it, man. We're out. We're going to head out. We're going to raid Joe's stream. You know the drill. When you get over to Joe's stream, CCM raid in the chat. Appreciate everybody. Thanks again for being here. And I'll see you Friday. Take care.